Namaskar and welcome to Express News. I'm Mark Lynn. First, the national news. President Draupadi Murmu attended the National Students' Convocation 2025 of the Institute of Cost Accountants of India on Monday. While addressing the gathering, the President said that the world is facing the crisis of climate change and sustainability is no longer a slogan, but has become a necessity. India's Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar addressed the gathering at the inaugural session of the 99th Association of Indian Universities Annual Meet and National Conference of Vice Chancellors at Amity University today. During his address, the Vice President highlighted the need to establish uncompromising excellence in emerging domains like artificial intelligence and digital ethics. Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla inaugurated the National Conference of Estimates Committees of Parliament and State and UT legislative bodies in Mumbai today. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh unveiled books Wings to Our Hopes, Volume 2 and Ashaon Ki Udaan, Khand 2 in New Delhi. The Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav was present. The books contain the speeches delivered by President Draupadi Murmu between the periods of August 2023 and July 2024. Addressing the media on scientific achievement in 11 years in New Delhi, the Union Minister Jitendra Singh said that in the last 11 years, India became a technology leader instead of a technology follower. Home Minister Amit Shah issued a strong warning to Naxalites, saying that the central government's operations against Naxalism would continue even during the monsoon session. Amit Shah also said that he said this time that the government will not let them sleep during monsoon. The monsoon season is what he's talking about, and will move further to achieve the target of eliminating Naxalism by 2026. Prime Minister Narendra Modi attended the 47th Annual General Meeting of the Prime Minister Museum and Library Society. On the occasion, Prime Minister Modi planted a sapling, reaffirming the commitment to sustainability and environmental care. The National Investigation Agency has arrested 2 men for harboring the terrorists who carried out the Pahalgam attack that killed 26 innocent tourists. The 2 men, Parvez Ahmed Jotar and Bashir Ahmed Jotar, disclosed the identities of the 3 armed terrorists involved in the attack and have also confirmed that they were Pakistani nationals affiliated to Lashkar-e-Taiba. The Indian Navy's latest stealth multi-role frigate, Tamal, is set to be commissioned on July 1st this year at Kaliningrad in Russia. Upon commissioning, Tamal will join the sword arm of the Indian Navy, the Western Fleet under the Western Naval Command, representing long-standing Indo-Russian cooperation and friendship. The Indian Army has placed an order with Solar Defence and Aerospace Limited to procure around 450 Nagastra 1R loitering munitions. It is a cost-effective system with full reusability of launcher systems. The systems have been tested at various locations, including Ladakh and Babina near Jhansi in Uttar Pradesh. INS Theg, which is the frontline stealth frigate of the Western Naval Command, concluded her port call at Port Louis of Mauritius on the 22nd of June. The visit formed part of its operational deployment to the Southwest Indian Ocean region and featured a wide spectrum of professional, social and cultural engagements. The business news now. The Indian equity indices ended on a negative note. In a volatile session on Monday, at close, the Sensex had tanked 511 points, settling at 81,897. The Nifty 2 had dropped 141 points and settled at 24,972. Gold futures maturing on August 5 were priced at Rs 99,293 per 10 grams on the multi-commodity exchange. Silver futures for July 4 maturity stood at 106,901 per kg on the MCX. The Indian rupee had declined 21 paise to close at 86.76 against the US dollar on Monday. European shares also fell on Monday after the US's decision to join Israel in striking Iran's nuclear facilities. The pan-European stocks 600 index was down 0.3% at 535.11 points. Tesla has launched a limited self-driving taxi service in Austin, Texas. The autonomous taxis are branded as a robo-taxi, and they were officially announced by Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Oil prices jumped on Monday to their highest since January as the United States on the weekend had joined the Israel attacks on nuclear facilities, and that stoked supply concerns. Brent crude futures were up 0.93% to $77.73 a barrel, while the U.S. West Texas crude advanced 0.96% to $74.55 a barrel. As gold prices soared past $3,300 an ounce, the West African mines are battling a surge in illegal mining. Companies like Goldfields in Ghana now deploy drones to spot to spot intruders, leading to swift police crackdowns. Let's get you the international news now. A high-level Indian delegation led by the Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri attended the 40th anniversary memorial of the Air India Kanishka terrorist bombing at the Ahakista Memorial in Cork in Ireland. The Minister Hardeep Singh Puri paid tributes to the victims of the terrorist bombing by placing a wreath at the memorial. He was accompanied by the Irish Prime Minister Michael Martin. The dastardly mid-air bombing of an Air India Emperor Kanishka Flight 182 in 1985 claimed 329 innocent lives off the Irish coast. It remains one of the most inhuman acts in terror in aviation history. The Indian Minister Hardeep Singh Puri extended his condolences to the victims of the Kanishka bombing. He said that the bombing is a stain on humanity. The minister also urged that the world needs to come together not just in isolated episodes of solemn mourning, but in collective, proactive efforts to combat this terrorism. The Israeli Defense Forces said to have launched a series of strikes on Iranian airports as well as military targets. The IDF struck 6 regime airports across western, central and eastern Iran, destroying runways, underground hangars, refueling aircraft, F-14, F-5 and AH-1 aircraft. Israel claimed that these aircraft were meant to intercept Israeli jets, adding that the defense forces impaired takeoff capabilities from these airports. The Israeli military spokesperson, Brigadier General Efi Defrin, has confirmed its military has attacked the sites of Iran's Revolutionary Guard sites in Tehran. The Israeli military also confirmed it had struck roads around Iran's Fordo enrichment facility to obstruct access to the site. The U.S. launched 75 precision-guided munitions, including bunker-buster bombs and more than 24 Tomahawk missiles against 3 Iranian nuclear sites under the operation dubbed Midnight Hammer. Iran has vowed to defend itself after the United States joined Israel in military action against that country. The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that the country is even closer to its objectives in Iran after the U.S. airstrikes on Iranian nuclear facilities. The Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi met the Russian President Vladimir Putin after the U.S. attack. Araghchi thanked Putin for condemning the U.S. strikes on Iran. In the wake of the U.S. airstrikes on Iranian nuclear facilities, the head of the UN nuclear watchdog, the International Atomic Energy Agency, called an emergency meeting in Vienna. During the meeting, the IAEA chief, Prasar Bharati, warned that the bombing likely caused very significant damage to Iran's underground Fordo uranium enrichment plant. At the emergency IAEA meeting, the Iranian permanent representative to the UN, Reza Najafi, warned that Tehran will resolutely neutralize any source of threat. Russia said on Monday that it had hit Ukrainian military targets in overnight strikes after Kiev said that the attacks on the capital and its suburbs killed at least 7 people. The Ukrainian President Zelensky landed in London on Monday and will meet the British Prime Minister Starmer and other officials. At least 22 people have been killed in a suicide attack on a church in Damascus in Syria, the first suicide bombing since Bashar al-Assad was toppled. Syria's Interior Ministry said the suicide bomber was a member of the Islamic State. We're heading for a short break here. We'll be back with the Express News. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching Express News on DD India. Let's resume. Let's continue with news on the weather front now. A massive wildfire broke out on Greece's eastern Aegean island of Chios, spreading rapidly across forests and farmland due to strong winds. Several parts of the island experienced power outages due to the fire. Additional support is expected to arrive from various parts of the country by Monday. Germany is bracing for sweltering heat, with temperatures expected to soar up to 36 degrees Celsius in some areas. Though, according to the weather department, the current heat wave will be replaced by colder air from the Atlantic. Whale researchers on the south coast of Australia are sounding the alarm over the endangered southern right whale population. Torrential rains have caused severe flooding in southern regions of China, with water levels exceeding warning marks on 27 rivers. Heavy rains lashed western state of Gujarat, Surat. In fact, flood-like situation erupted in several parts of the city. Heavy rain lashed several districts of Maharashtra on Monday. The IMD has issued an orange as well as a yellow alert. The weather department also issued an orange alert for northern states of Assam, Meghalaya and Arunachal Pradesh. The entire northeast, in fact, is likely to experience light to moderate rainfall for the next 7 days. New Delhi experienced light to moderate rainfall today as the IMD issued a yellow alert due to possible thunderstorms and gusty winds. News related to art, culture and entertainment now. And the Netherlands has officially returned 119 ancient Benin bronzes to Nigeria, marking a significant step in the restitution of cultural artifacts stolen during the colonial era. The sculptures date back to the 16th to the 18th centuries, and they were looted by the British troops in 1897, and they have been held in museums and private collections worldwide. Concert goers in Paris are embracing the heat wave during the Fête de la Musique, which is a street music festival, and in fact it highlights the public's enthusiasm for music despite 34 degrees Celsius heat. The music festival in Paris captures the spirit of summer, with music and outdoor events bringing people together. The Anglo-Bengali choreographer Akram Khan and the Saudi artist Manal Al-Dawayan, They have collaborated on a new dance piece. It's called Tikra, Night of the Remembering, exploring Saudi's ancient past. Premiering at the 45th Montpellier Dance Festival, the dance performance features 14 women and it draws inspiration from ancient artifacts and rock art found in the Al-Ulha Desert. The Dayak people of Malaysia celebrated the end of the rice harvest season with a vibrant parade through the streets of Kuching. Thousands of participants adorned in traditional feathered headgear and armed with swords, they showcased their rich cultural heritage. From trash to treasure, Vietnamese students are breathing new life into fabric scraps. Their project, Whispering Embroidery, it transforms discarded cloth into meaningful eco-friendly gifts. Ukrainians gathered atop a scenic hill near Kiev to mark the summer solstice. Ivana Kupala is a holiday celebrated in many Slavic countries rooted in ancient pagan traditions. In Ukraine, it marks not just Midsummer's Eve, but also honors youth, love, fertility, and the symbolic triumph over evil. Bolivians celebrated the Aymara New Year, marking the winter solstice with vibrant ceremonies at dawn. The celebration honors the Aymara people's deep connection to agriculture and their reverence for nature. Followers in the Bolivian city of El Alto gathered at the Cruiser of the Andes, a colorful lookout point to welcome the first rays of the sun and pay homage to Mother Earth as well as Father Sun. Hundreds of skateboarders skated through the streets of Madrid on Saturday to mark Go Skateboarding Day. People from all walks of life gathered to celebrate the annual event, performing tricks along Madrid's major avenues during Go Skateboarding Day. Dozens of skiing enthusiasts hit the snow-covered slopes of the Chilean Andes on Sunday. This is to enjoy the start of the ski season, which attracts ski lovers from across the country as well as beyond. The northeastern Indian state of Assam is celebrating Ambu Bhachi Mela. It's a unique festival and it seeks the blessings of goddess Kamakhya. The whole festival revolves around an important natural process in women menstruation. Unlike at most places where it is shrouded in stigma and restrictive behavior, in Assam it is celebrated and honored. The legendary Bollywood epic Sholay will receive a special 50th anniversary tribute with the world premiere of its fully restored uncut version at the Cinema Retrovato Festival in Bologna, which is in Italy. Amir Khan's Sitare Zameen Par has made a box office collection of rupees 59 crore in the first weekend. Bollywood star Ajay Devgan has officially announced that July 25 will be the release day of his upcoming film, The Return of the Sardar. Indian actor Mohanlal has announced Drishyam 3, which is the much-awaited sequel of the popular Malayalam crime thriller. Now, this film will be hitting theatres in October later this year. A major fire broke out on early Monday morning on the set of the popular Indian television show starring Rupali Ganguly at Goregaon's Film City in Mumbai. The makers of the much-awaited third season of The Walking Dead, Daryl Dixon, released its trailer. The AMC series will be released on September 7 this year. Venice is gearing up to host the highly anticipated wedding of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and his fiancée Lauren Sanchez. India is heading towards a strong target in the Leeds test on day 4 on the first test against England. With the day's plays left, the match hangs in the balance. Indian pacer Jasprit Bumrah on Sunday broke the record for the most 5-wicket hauls by an Indian bowler in England in Test cricket on Sunday. The Mumbai Cricket Association granted a no-objection certificate to Prithvi Shaw after he had mailed his request to represent a different association on Monday. The Indian veteran forward Lalit Kumar Upadhyay has announced his retirement from international hockey on Monday. Lalit, in fact, was a crucial part of that squad that scripted history at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, helping India clinch a bronze. A two-time Olympic medalist, Lalit Upadhyay's career with the Indian men's hockey team spanned over a decade from 2014 to 2025. Tennis news, and Carlos Alcaraz has captured his fifth title of the season on Sunday, defeating Jiri Lehecka in the summit clash of the Queen's Club. Kazakhstan's Alexander Bublik crowned his red-hot run of form with a title on Sunday, and he overcame Daniil Medvedev to triumph at the Hali Open. In FIFA Club World Cup, in fact, Jude Bellingham and Arda Güler, they scored late in the first half to help the 10-man Real Madrid to a 3-1 victory over CF Pachuca. Manchester City thrashed Emirati club Al Ain 6-0 on Sunday to ease into the knockout stage from Group G along with Juventus. Red Bull Salzburg and Al Hilal, they played a goalless draw in Group H of the Club World Cup on Sunday. Lionel Messi hit the training pitch with his Inter Miami teammates on Sunday. They are preparing for the final of the Club World Cup group stage match. They're against the Brazilian side Palmeiras. The world of sports is celebrating World Olympic Day today, and the 23rd of June, it marks the birth of modern Olympic Games. It's celebrated to promote the Olympic values of excellence, friendship, respect. Zimbabwe's Christy Coventry has been officially welcomed as the president of the IOC after Thomas Bach handed over the keys of the Olympic House to the former Olympic swimming champion in a handover ceremony on Monday. Christy Coventry is a former Olympic swimming champion from Zimbabwe and Africa's most decorated Olympian. The Oklahoma City Thunder defeated the Indiana Pacers in Game 7 of the NBA Finals on Sunday to win the franchise's first title since relocating from Seattle in 2008. That concludes Express News. Thanks for watching. Namaskar.